Okay, y'all. So my client and I was talking earlier, and we was talking about like family and I guess you could say our gripes with like Gen X per se. And we were talking about the fact that well, she was telling me like she didn't really understand why, if we're the ones, doing the work and breaking the generational curses, why they're so upset with us, right? And I hate that my shirt is all bunched up right there, but whatever. So I told her, I said, from what I've gathered with some people in my own family, I feel like the issue that they have with us is that us getting help makes them feel like we're either telling them that they're broken, or some of them feel like we're blaming them for the state of wherever the family is, right? And yes, some of them, definitely are to blame, right? But I know for myself, the biggest what's the word I want to say? The biggest catalyst for me to decide like, okay, this is not the life I want for myself is really like becoming a mom. When I had my first child at 23, and obviously by that time I can look back now and realize I was still a baby, and I didn't really necessarily know what I was doing, but I just knew that I wanted him to have so much different than I had, especially because my life was so traumatic. And so for me, it was really coming from a place of being willing to do whatever needed to be done so that he did not have that same story. I used to say when he was younger, like I wanted him to think that life was sunshine and rainbows until he realized that it wasn't, right? And it's the same thing for my other two kids. Am I perfect? No. Do I strive to be perfect? No. I just strive to be better and healthier than the people in my family were. And I don't understand why that is such a threat to some people, because shouldn't you be proud? Like, don't you want your kids to do better than you? Don't you want those coming after you to do better than you? And I'm starting to feel like for some people, part of it is maybe grief for them. Like, oh, well, I couldn't do it and here she is thriving. Or sometimes they genuinely just don't like you because they can see the calling that you have on your life. And I know for me, I've had some family members that have tried to throw a wrench in every single thing that I've done. I could feel them praying against me. You know what I mean? And then when it didn't work, they felt away. I got family that I come around very rarely, y'all. I got family that I come around and I'm so far removed from them that when I do get around them at this grown age, I be 35 in 2 weeks, they want to talk to me about old shit. And it don't even be old shit like, oh, I remember when you was a little girl and you used to play, you used to do the Barbie doll's hair, or no, it be shit like, oh, I remember when you was little and nobody knew where your mama was. Like, what? Why are we bringing this up? Why is this a thing? You know what I mean? Like, you can't hurt me with my mom anymore. And then that was another thing too, is like a few months ago I went to a family event, and that's literally what happened. They just started bringing up old shit about me. And I'm so grateful that I'm in the space that I'm in now, and I've done the work and I've healed from them, because old me probably would have knocked all that shit over. This me was just like, oh, they don't know me anymore. And a lot of people are letting the devil use them and they don't even know it. So maybe that's a thing as well. I'm not exactly sure. But I bring all of this up to say that I know that our generation and the ones under us are most definitely the generational curse breakers. I see the difference even in my own children. And this is, we reincarnated onto this planet for that very purpose at this very time, right? And we're going to meet some resistance. And you guys and I both know that a lot of the time the resistance comes from the very same people whose shit you're trying to undo. So don't feel like what you're going through is for nothing. Don't feel like, oh my God, woe is me, or why me? Why not you? I get tired of being one of God's strongest soldiers too, y'all. But when I really start to look at it from a different place and I change my perspective on things, I realize that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm exactly in the bloodline that I'm supposed to be in. I was born exactly to the parents that I was supposed to be born to for a reason. And I know that I bring, my mom up a lot. And I don't have any issues with my mom. She's just toxic. You know what I mean? But even for her, like, not everything about the woman is bad. You know what I mean? But I'm undoing a lot from her as well, because I don't want my children to have the same story that I had with her. And that ain't no attack on my mama. It's just simply a, you know what, I know better, so I'm choosing to do better, and my babies deserve better. And that's that. I know a lot of times we go through things and we feel like we suffering, or we feel like we're going through, or we're feeling like these things are for no reason, when everything has a purpose.